What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and in this video we've been taking a look at all the loot I've picked up over the past week. So Vanguard packages, from strikes, from Crucible packages, bounties, and all kinds of stuff like that. So of course my search for an LDR or a longbow sniper will forever go on. You get those from Vanguard and Crucible packages, which is what I grind the most. And I've got about 10 of those packages to show up in this video, in addition to faction packages and other sources of loot as well. So let's begin with the Vanguard packages. Firstly, I picked up a Badger CCL coming at 330. The majority of the stuff is always 330. That is the max light level you can get from the packages. Now, I actually really love this role. I'm really happy with this one. I had one before with okay perks, but this one is a lot better. This is basically a PvE role. It's a really solid one at that. It comes with Outlaw, which is probably one of my favorite perks you can get on a scout rifle, because you get those headshots and you can instantly reload. And especially on a scout rifle where you get headshots very commonly, or you should be anyway, this is a very good weapon for doing that. So Outlaw is a solid perk, and I love scout rifles in general, so I'm really happy to use this thing. It's got some good scopes on it as well. In my next Vanguard package, I picked up another Year 1 returning weapon. This is a 330 Devil You Know hand cannon. I love the look of this thing, and I've always wanted to have one of these. And this thing came with amazing perks as well. Also came with Outlaw. So again, on hand cannons, it's also an amazing perk to have. And you can just headshot people and get those reloads off super quickly. And it's also got a great variety of perks in the middle, which I especially like. It's got hammer forge, small bore, and also rifled barrel, which are all very good options. I can't really decide which one to use personally, and Army of One is the last perk at the end. Nothing too great about that, but it's an okay perk. But in general, I'm really looking forward to using the WNO and the Badger CCL, so definitely happy to get those two weapons. And then the third Vanguard package, I got yet another Year 1 returning weapon. This is a 330 Comedian, and again, it came with very good perks. I seem to get really lucky with these perk rolls on these Vanguard weapons. So this is basically a PvE shotgun, and this came with rangefinder, probably one of the best perks you can get for a shotgun in both PvP and PvE. The next one is high caliber rounds. This is essential for stunning enemies, especially mages that are trying to rush you. With melee attacks, you can hit them and this will stun them back, which I think is quite good for PvE. It also comes with rifle barrel and small bore, which I think are equally good options. And the last perk is final round, which again, I really like that for PvE. When you're just spraying a load of bullets into a major boss, you can just stun him repeatedly, and if you land that final shot, you can do bonus damage. So I think this Comedian is a really solid weapon. And in fact, all three of these Vanguard weapons I picked up, I'm definitely really happy with them. Very solid perk rolls. Unfortunately, they are not an LDR, so I'm still looking out for one of those things, but I'm really happy with those three weapons that I managed to get: the Badger CCL, Devil You Know, and Comedian. Now, moving on to some other random stuff that I got, I had this one random blue engram, which I decided to open the Cryptarch, and it dropped me a legendary, a 287 Hawksaw. This is one of my favorite weapons to use right now, the Hawksaw. I'm loving this weapon in both PvE and PvP. Now, I have a really good one with nearly max stability from the Crucible vendor, and I'm really happy with this thing, but I would love to see one with full auto as well, so that's what I'm holding out for. And this thing was close, but not too great. It came with fit stock and ejection mold, which is two very good stability perks. But the middle one is hip fire accuracy, which is just an awful perk. So unfortunately, this thing got dismantled, but pretty funny to see a random Hawksaw drop from that random blue engram. Now, something else funny that happened is from the Lighthouse chest. This was a massive fail on my part. Now, I managed to get the Zen Meteor for the first time. I think this was the beginning of the last week. So I massively messed up and actually opened the chest wearing the Vault of Glass Year 1 helmet. So that brought my light level down to, I think, 313. And the Zen Meteor that dropped for me was 315. So I did get the weapon, but it was a really low light level. That's literally the second time I've done that on my Titan, been a stupidly low light level when opening a package. And the stuff I get is pretty much useless. Although I did get the Grimmark card and, of course, the Zen Meteor, which I'm happy with. And then later on in the week, I opened up 30 exotic engrams for a video on this channel, which will be in the description. And I managed to get a 335 Zen Meteor. But I thought it was really funny and really stupid that I managed to get a 315 Zen Meteor. So once again, don't do what I did. Make sure you're highest level when you open up your packages, because they will drop around your actual light level. Now, moving on to the Crucible packages. My first one drops me a 330 Titan helmet. This is a Spectre one, which is pretty new, and it's got this red chrome on it, which I think looks awesome, especially with the black shader. It's got some kind of evil robot. I really love the look of this thing, so I thought this thing was pretty cool. My next one, I got a 330 Spectre Bond. I'm really sick of getting these things. They're super ugly, so hopefully I won't have to get them again, but I keep getting these Spectre Bonds for some reason. And the next one, I got an even worse thing, a Zebra Cloak. Once again, I think it's like my fourth one I've gotten so far. It seems to be just mocking me that I'm not getting a longbow, but these Zebra Cloaks are getting super annoying, and I really just want one of those longbows. That's all I want, but I seem to be getting just Zebra Cloaks all the time. Now, my next two Crucible packages, I managed to get really close to the longbow, as close as I'll probably get, to be honest. I've got two of them more coming in at 330, and these perks are absolutely awful. I've got Grenadier and Exhumed, and I've got another one in a different Crucible package, again, 330, and this one has Army of One and Underdog. Probably the four worst perks you can imagine for a shotgun. No idea why they're so bad, but it's some pretty bad perks. Again, it's a special weapon. It's close to a longbow, but it's just not a longbow, and so hopefully sometime soon I'll manage to get one. Now, into my Crucible weekly bounties, I've got two of them. The first one, I got a 334 competitive shell. I quite like this thing. I do need the ghost shell that has discipline and strength, so I'll definitely be keeping this, and I quite like the spiky look on the shell as well. My next Crucible weekly bounty, I picked up 17 strange coins. Nothing great, nothing bad either. I don't mind getting strange coins. I'll just buy some 3 of coins with them from Xur and get a few exotics out of them. Now, moving on to my faction packages lastly, the new Monarchy one dropped something I was actually really happy about. I got a Righteous 7 auto rifle. I love the perks on this thing, and it's actually the type of auto rifle that I really love to use in PvE especially. Now, this came with high caliber rounds, which is ideal for stunning those enemies and knocking them back. It's also got small bore for the range and stability, rangefinder for, of course, the range, which is definitely a big help. And I just really love the look of this weapon. I think it looks awesome. I love the Suros weapons. They're probably my favorite weapon foundry, so I'm definitely going to be trying this thing out. Moving on to Dead Orbit, I managed to get a 330 Hitchhiker, which is a fusion rifle, and this thing is actually a god roll. It's got hidden hand, quick draw, brace frame, accelerated coils, and rangefinder. So this thing is really, really good, and you can basically just have all the perks you would ever need. I can't really decide which one to use. Hidden hand is amazing for fusion rifles and making sure that those bolts go where they're supposed to go and kind of track the enemy a little bit. You've got quick draw, which is definitely very good for a fusion rifle if you're going to switch to it. It's also got brace frame, which is essential for the recoil, accelerated coils, which is good for the charge rate, and rangefinder, which is just going to increase the range in general. So I'm really, really happy with this thing, and the Hitchhiker is one of the best fusion rifles you can actually get. In terms of my Dead Orb packages, I also picked up some 330 gauntlets with sidearm reload, nothing special there, and also this chest piece which comes with a scout rifle and shotgun ammo, and also intellect and discipline. Okay chest piece, but nothing too special. And then finally, the future walkout packages. I've got 330 the Vacancy. This is one of the best fusion rifles in the game, and the vendor is selling a god roll one, but the one that I just got right here is absolutely awful, so definitely get dismantled. And like I said, the vendor is actually selling a perfect one that you could get, so definitely buy that one if you're looking for a good fusion rifle. And then in my final package, I picked up a Spectre helm at 330 for my Warlock. I haven't seen too many of these helmets around. I think they look pretty cool, especially the chroma on it. I'm quite a fan of how the yellow kind of flows down it. It's very similar to the Obsidian Mind exotic helmet, so I quite like this helmet, and I'll probably end up keeping it around. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, a roundup of all the stuff I picked up over the past week for my characters. Let me know if there's anything cool that you guys have picked up, or any god roll weapons you're already happy with. Leave those comments down below. I'm always interested to read those. Drop a like rating on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.